Now this, FBI Director James Comey faced questions from senators about Russia on Capitol Hill yesterday, but former Obama National Security Advisor Susan Rice has declined her invitation, and President Trump is tweeting out this morning, quote, Susan Rice, the former National Security Advisor to President Obama, is refusing to testify before a Senate subcommittee next week on, he continues, allegations of unmasking Trump transition officials. Not good. Mollie Hemingway joins us now, the Federalist senior editor. It's not good, Mollie, and is she going to get away with it?
Well, it's ridiculous. I mean, we really need to know from her what was going on. We know that there was unmasking of Trump officials during the transition, that this unmasking of information was not necessary for intelligence reasons. It had nothing to do with Russia. The information was widely disseminated. This is the kind of abuse of the intelligence system that we really have to be on guard against. And we need to know a lot more about it. So that she's not appearing is really not a great sign.
Yeah, I think also another big issue or question for people are those last-minute decisions by the Obama administration that made it possible for so many more people to have access to this, and then so many more sources of potential leaks in the future.
Well, and we see how that worked out. We have had nothing but leaks from former Obama officials, or at the time they were current Obama officials. We have had them pushing a narrative of Russia collusion, something where there's been so much smoke, but as of yet, still no fire. But they were able to push this narrative using information that they had gotten from surveillance and other methods of the intelligence community. And it is, again, really not a good thing for political people to use it against their opponents. This is precisely what we were worried about, going back to the 70s about the CIA spying on American citizens. Right.
This has added to really the suspicions that we have with our intelligence agencies, perhaps at an all-time high, or certainly in a generational high. Mollie, I do want to ask, what do you think then the next step would be? We had the judge on earlier. He talked about perhaps a subpoena, a private deposition, and then perhaps some other public airing out of these things.
She gave some conflicting information. She said she was willing to come and meet with them privately, but that she was very concerned that Democrats hadn't requested her presence there too. That itself is a scandal, actually. There is no question that whether you are Republican or Democrat, that Susan Rice is one of the people that you need to speak with. And so it boggles the mind that Democrats wouldn't be facing more heat for not signing off on that request for her to come over. But yes, given that it was classified information, she might need to do it behind closed doors. That's understandable. But she needs to do it quicker rather than later.
And now that the Trump team is starting to fill out a little bit here, any chance that they can reverse engineer this from their positions now, maybe find out where the leaks are coming from and find out the roles that all officials had, even the most senior officials?
You even saw a little bit of this in the Comey hearing yesterday where I think it was Lindsey Graham was asking whether there were logs kept of who had requested unmasking of information. Sometimes unmasking is legitimate. What we're looking at here is whether it was legitimate or not. In order to do that, you need to look at those logs. From what I understand, the intelligence agencies themselves have not been terribly compliant with handing over that information. I don't know if it's because they know it looks bad, if it's going to look like there's much more unmasking than oversight committees realize, or what the issue is there.
Mollie Hemingway, thank you very, very much. This plot continues to thicken, so we'll need your help on it a little bit later.
Absolutely.